The day I graduated college in 2005, I decided to start a rental company. It took a few years until it became successful enough to be my full-time job, but now it's all I do. My hope is to help you by sharing my knowledge.
I wanted to go over saving money for the winter. It seems kind of obvious. I'm in my gym right now because I'm trying to get in crazy shape for this summer so I don't hurt my back or anything. But anyways, saving money for the winter seems obvious. Like it's something you're just going to do. But you're making so much money in the summer and you're like, oh, let me buy this, let me buy that, let me buy more equipment. But you got to remember, winter is coming. Game of Thrones. Winter is coming, and you got to be able to save enough money to pay your mortgage and get gas, pay employees if you have them, buy new equipment because wintertime is when the equipment becomes the cheapest. So you got to have money saved so then you can buy what you need because it's usually 25 to 30% cheaper in the winter. So you got to make it through, especially if you're doing this as your full-time job and you're not making that much money in the winter. You got to save. Like I'm in a horrible situation right now. The first time I've ever been in this situation, I didn't save for winter because I just really couldn't. I was putting in so much money into my building, getting that up and going. I had more employees this year. Workers' comp was higher, and I was buying just tons of stuff. And I didn't save. Money was just going out the door. And this is the first winter where I have one office guy throughout the whole winter, and I have to pay him for money that I had saved. In the beginning of the year, I only had $10,000 in the bank, and I got a truck payment of $800 a month for my big box truck. I got his weekly paycheck of like $400, and all the other expenses, plus having to buy equipment for Colgate College because we're saying yes to everything. So, I got high credit card limits. I got like $50,000 in different cards and stuff. So right now I am $18,000 in credit card debt. And I borrowed $5,000 from my mother so the contractors could finish the floor. I do have $17,000 in the bank, but I can't just take that all and pay the credit card off. That's going to be payroll money. That's going to be operating money. On the first week that everyone comes back, I'm not going to be making money that week. I mean, I am, but I don't get it until the end of the week usually, in a few days when people pay by credit cards. So I need that money for first weeks of payroll and stuff. So even though I'm like about equal on what I have in the bank and my credit card debt, I just can't spend it all on there because I need the money. And then my mother, doesn't really matter, but like, this is the first time since 2005 where I've had this situation, and it's not unique to me. Every tent company that I talk to that's over like $500,000, upwards of like $6 million, they have the same problem. They have it larger. My buddy's got like, I think he said like every month just to operate, it costs him $80,000, and he just has lines of credits at banks, so he can pay his employees, buy equipment, do this, pay his mortgage on his warehouse and things like that. I don't even think if he saved, it's really hard for him to save because he's got to his expenses are so high, so he can't save for 5 months. He's just got to go into debt, and the first month or two of work he crawls out, and then it's just a repeat process. I have been lucky up until this year where I haven't had to go into debt and then crawl my way out of it in my first 2 months, but it's kind of what I'm going to have to do this year. I'm just going to have to, pay my credit cards off in the first 1 or 2 months that I actually start working because I didn't listen to my own advice. I know you have to save for the winter. It's just this past year I just spent so much money. But anyways, that's the gist of it. You have to save for the winter. Otherwise you could potentially fail. I mean, you're not potentially going to fail. There are ways to get around this. Credit card, getting a line of credit from a bank, which is like a credit card, but it's right through a bank. Borrowing money if you need to. And there is still money coming in. Like I said, I started with $10,000 in the bank in January, and then we did some jobs and deposits come in like deposits come in, which is like, what saves me and a lot of companies is you start getting in those big deposits on those big weddings, and you actually have some capital that you can work with. So it's not like you're really going to fail if you don't save money, but you got to be able to pay your mortgage and things like that. But there are credit cards, lines of credit, and money does start coming in, like little jobs and deposits. So just keep that in mind. Once you start doing this full time, don't blow your whole load at the end of the summer and just go crazy, because you got 5 months until you start making real money again. Like I got what is it? I think I got 3 weeks, and then I start making $20,000 a week, and then it goes up to 30, then 40, then I max out around 30 or 40,000 a week on some weeks. So I'm just waiting for that, because right now I'm making 1,200 this week. Last week I made $4,000. I think next week I'm making $4,000. That's like nothing. I need to get up to those $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 weeks. But yeah, thanks for watching. Save your money so you can make it through the winter.